welcome back. I am Nela Decon from Nela DC Drops of Wellness. And today we're gonna go and start with our second class of Reach Elite. First, before I share with you my screen, okay. Let's go. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
So the class of today, we are gonna go on the contact, sampling, follow-up, and the invite. This part is very important. But before going to these new activities, we will go back again to what's the program of the 6 weeks to Reach Elite. So it's supposed to be that in 6 weeks, we will be hitting the rank if we do everything on time and we keep doing all the activities day by day. So what are the requirements? The ideal requirements is 20 hours a week, minimum 15, in order to get in 2 months or in 6 weeks. If you're gonna have less timing or you're gonna do it in a lower pace, you're gonna take a little bit more time. But what I will recommend, as I told you before, is to go until the last moment of the training. So you get to know all the information, and then if you wanna do it again, we start again and we start again. And this is how we will be creating for you to be teaching, for you to be explaining to other ones, for you to be contacting for everyone. So this is the basic to start with the doTERRA business. We will be needing 2 weeks of sampling properly. We will go for that moment, and it will be we need to make it very easy for people to experience with the oils, and then they can be invited into a class, or they can invite to be invited into buying a kit. Because I need to be honest, when I started the business, I was not sampling at all. I was just contacting my people, but I was sharing all the benefits and with the enthusiasm, so you can hear from my voice what I was talking about and how I was very excited about having the oils. I was in Brazil, my people were in Mexico, so sampling in that moment was not an option. Now that if I look back, it's like, okay, I have my mom there and she could help me. But by that time, I did not do any sampling. But now that I'm here in Dubai, I get to see that sampling is very important for many factors, and we will get that later. Then we will have a week where we can prepare our classes. That's why when we have our schedule done, we can know which classes we can have. Alice is always saying that the main thing of having these classes is that you have different timings for people to schedule. What happens if we always give the same timing? Let's say every day from 9 to 10, probably people will not be jumping into the class because they cannot make it by that time, because they go swimming, because they go and drop off the kids to school or whatever. So the ideal thing is to having 4 classes in different times. On the weekend, if you can make it. On the weekdays, one day at 9:30, other days at 12, other days at 11. They can be by Zoom and they can be face-to-face. So the idea is to have options for them to join, and not having the opportunity, let's say, of saying no because I cannot make it that day or at that time. So if you give options, it's easier for them to jump into a class. Then we will have to be also teaching 2 classes a week for another 3 weeks on how to use the products, and getting them to know what's going to be a good plan for their health or for their family health. So in week 1 and 2, so this is the first 2 weeks. Last week we started with the list. We start creating the names. We start ranking the names. If you haven't ranked the names, it will be good that we sit down this week and we do this ranking. So we get to start with the people with 7 stars to be contacting. The real thing is that what I've experienced is that if you go always to the top people of your list, probably you will have a little bit of, or some mistakes that it will take you a bit longer to get into the purpose that it's inviting them to the business. So if we start with our warm market, the warm market is our families, our neighbors, or the people that we get to have more experience, not experience, more confianza, that we have more contact with them. It's easier for us to talk. The real thing, cercanía, yes, that we're closer, exactly. Cercanía is the word, being closer or closest to them. It's easy for us to explain or to talk about our experience. So by this time, that when we choose the people who are we going to sample, we will invite after the sampling to a class. And then the idea is to sample in 1 week 25 people. Here I put 45 because it's like the top number that Alice is always saying. 45 people to sample in COVID time, it's kind of tricky. So I will suggest if you can sample 25 people, that means 5 people daily, you can sample at least 2 or 1 people daily. The more people you sample, the more people you get to invite to a class. And probably they will say, okay, I can make it this time. Probably they will say, oh, I cannot make it because I have a vaccine appointment or I have my kids at home or whatever. But they still have time in a short time to decide when to assist to a class. When they're proper sample, the thing is that it's easy for them because they have already tried the product and they have seen that the smell, the pure, the safety, that the product is helping for them. So it's part of a tree for them to be interested in use doTERRA. And well, we can schedule also with the 7 stars rating people, the prospect calls, that this will be more into the business side. So what happened when we have our like top 10 people, or I don't know how many people you can have for building the business, we will also sit down with them and talk about the business, but also they have been already sampled before. So for doing the business or not doing the business, sampling it's gonna be something that will help us to do it. In the week 3, we will launch our business. So that means that we will be hosting these classes. The idea is for you to start also doing the classes, not only depending on me. So we can have, for example, a schedule of saying, okay, Rula is going to be on Monday, Anna is going to be Tuesday, Nelly is going to be Wednesday, Johanna Thursday, Minerva Friday. So we get a schedule within the team that it's not only you giving for classes. So it's by Zoom, it's very easy for us to have these schedules. If you can have it on weeknights, sometimes, or for mom times with little kids, it's a bit tricky the weeknights. But for people that work during the daytime, it's a good time for them to have a week class. So we can manage to see how can we have a week night, a class, or in a weekend. During the weekend, normally I do it face-to-face because it's the time that some people here in Dubai can meet. And sometimes to be on Zoom on the weekend, I think it's a little bit more tricky than on the weekdays, but still can it be done. Then we will have 2 new classes from each class taught. What does that mean? Is that, okay, we have taught 1 class, and probably with the same people that was there, we can schedule a 2nd class for something specific, some ailment that we can help them to get stress, sleep, emotions, maybe kids. And basically this class will be for them to enroll. So if you haven't closed the enrollment of that people in the 1st class, The second class is basically for them to be there and enroll new people or them. And then schedule the three-way prospect buildings is that we will keep talking with the people that we have talked with to building the business, so we can get them their attention. So they enroll, we give the follow-up, so they can also start building and we can keep teaching them the information. Then we will have the wellness consult. It's important for us to know how to do a wellness consult. So when people come to us and say, oh, I want to have this and that, we get up to create a plan. Usually the wellness consult is when they are already enrolled with doTERRA. So with the first kid, we make a plan for them and we add LLV or maybe something for real, not real, but heart pain management, or they want to go for something for kids. So we get a plan for them. In the wellness consult, what we're gonna do is basically open the LRP and teach them a way to keep going with the oils. We keep out the goals with our team and with our builders. And in week 5 and 6, we will start also booking for more classes. The classes will be done by you, the classes will be done by me. We will do it on a team. And again, we will try to book a class from a class. So that means that we keep teaching people to keep on going. Let's say last week, Anna and I were talking about doing a class of, Anna, what's the name? Blending. So with this blending class, the idea is to keep on going with class 2 of blending or blending for kids or blending for sleep. So it's not just giving a class and that's it. So it's like trying to every week give complementary classes for the people to learn. So this is the continuing education. That one will be, the continuing education will be later. The thing is, first we need to get people into the classes. And again, more classes and more classes. To get people to classes, well, we have to contact them. And we have lots of ways of contacting people. The first one is sending a text message. The second one is email. And the third one will be social media. These three are the first one because are the ones that we are more into having it daily. Then we will have a script that can help you. The scenario 4 and 5 will be on call. So instead of having a text message, we will go and contact them direct via phone call. The first approach, or the fourth scenario, is when we already know their ailment. So let's say that our cousin has problem with sleeping. So we will contact her in direct to her ailment. Scenario 5 will be when we don't know their ailment, but we want to know where to help them. Scenario 6 will be the business approach. Sometimes when you talk to someone right from the product, it's okay. But when you start telling them, in the case of Dubai, that we have this opportunity of being the co-founders of, or the founders of Dubai, of the UAE, probably that will be more attractive for them because they already know the product, or they already know the essential oils, or maybe they know the company. So it's always easy when people knows about doTERRA, that we always tell, if you're interested, we can talk about in business, or if you want to pay your product by itself, we can do the business way. So always talk about the business approach. And the scenario 7, it's the one that I like to have, that it's, or what I call, it's to recontact people from your past. So it's like reconnecting with people that it's already not forgotten in your life, but still it's behind, and you get to have new contact, and maybe you can have a new partner within your business. So these are the scripts that Alice recommends. The idea of having the SMS to contact them is just to tell them, I have great news, call me. Why? Why call me? Because they can hear your voice. With emails, with social media, and with SMS, it's hard to tell the tone of the urgency or the tone of the ailment, let's say. So if you say, oh, send me a call or give me a call, what's happened? So you get started with scenario 4, 5, or 6. Then if you write an email, I think it's the less writing skill that we will be doing. Email, I think it's not used anymore.
Email is not that much active with the people because they have too much email to read and that things. I think it will be the last things.
Exactly, completely agree. I think when you email someone to talk about the products, if it's a new contact, probably will go into junk mail. If it's a people that you normally talk to, I think you will do the phone. It's easier.
WhatsApp, I think it will be the number one of contact with the people.
Exactly. And now social media, it's also a very good way of contacting people. So the idea of the social media is to attract people that you know and people that you don't know. How they're gonna be contact? Okay, you can contact them on the chat, or you can write on one of their posts. It's, oh, how are you? So it's again like having the contact. You're not gonna sell on a post. You're not gonna tell, oh my dear, doTERRA for you. No. So you will say, hey, how are you? How are the kids? So you will start doing the contact, and then you will see how to deliver the message. So when we already know the ailment, normally this is the script that Alice always tells us to learn by heart, to make the message our own message, and then use our own words. So Alice is always saying, you have to learn by heart, by memory. So by the time that you get to contact with anyone, the script just comes into it. The idea, when you know it by heart, is that it's not being said as a machine. So you're not a robot just saying the words and the no. So the script, it's part of your own words. Why in Spanish, for example, if I will give to Johanna one of my translations, probably she will not be using the same words that I will be using. But if she understands the message, if she understands what's behind, she will be delivering the message on her own words with the same information. So basically, what does this one say? I've been thinking about you. I had some pretty amazing experience with the essential oils. And you will say, what's your testimonial with any ailment that you have proven that doTERRA has been helping with. And you can say your husband, your neighbor, your mother, or someone else's experience. And I thought about that for your sleeping problem, let's say, that for your sleeping problem, doTERRA could give you a better moment at night, or it can give you a better rest, or it can help you to relax before to sleep, or however you will think that the people will receive the message. So you will say, I would love to give you a free sample of the essential oils for you to try. These samples are, or these oils, sorry, are safer, they're cheaper, and many times more effective than modern, I will add the word modern medication. The only thing that you need to do is like experience the oils and let me know how it goes. At what time you're gonna be tomorrow at your place, or we can meet in a coffee, or I meet you in school, for example. So this is how, when you know the ailment, how to go with it. If you want, I will send you the scripts in case for you to have. Also, I can send you Johanna in Spanish, and Rula, we can work in Arabic to have the information in all the languages. So basically, you're gonna go and say, when can we work much better? When can I drop off the sample? It doesn't matter that if they're gonna be there at home or not, you're just gonna deliver the sample. Then when we don't know the ailment, okay, so again, I've been thinking about you. I have some pretty amazing experience with the essential oils. Again, we talk about your personal testimonial. If you have another testimonial, and I know that all families deal with all kinds of ailments, I would love to give you a free sample of essential oil for you to try. They are safer, cheaper, and many times more effective than medication. I think you will have also a great experience. Are you going to be around tomorrow, or are you gonna, when you have time? Are you gonna be around in school, or can I give the person that is helping with you at home the sample? Just ask when they're gonna be around. In the idea of for them to receive the sample, it will be easy for them, for you to tell them how to use the oils. But it's important to have a little information about how to use the oils and the benefit that the oil will give them. Then, if we are contacting someone for the business approach, this one, it's when you are thinking not just about the product, but them as a partner. Okay, again, I've been thinking about you, and I want to let you know that I do the most amazing thing. I sell essential oils. First, people will say, okay, what's that? They are safer, cheaper, and more effective than other things that we have the tendency to use. Essential oils have a no side effects or addictions. I have made some pretty amazing experience with essential oils, and they have totally changed my life, my family's health. You will talk about your experience, why it has doTERRA changed everything. And sharing essential oils with others has also changed my financial, or my life financially. So you have to tell them that also it's been an impact for you. At first, you will be paying your own product, and within time, you will be having also a bigger residual income. Here in Dubai, what I've been saying is that I don't sell essential oils. I've been saying I sell wellness through essential oils. So if you want to add that word, it's perfectly fine. I sell wellness through essential oils. Or if you find some other word for you to add into that sentence, add it, because that's the powerful thing that you're gonna do. The other day, Rula and I were saying, okay, I don't sell essential oils. I sell
education.
for me, the information, the wellness, all the concept. So if you want to add that powerful word that it's for you, add it, and just not sell essential oils. We can add here, in the case of the UAE or in the Middle East, we can also share that they can be part of the group of the building or the founding team. So what does that mean to be a founding or a builder here in Dubai? So that means that doTERRA will give us a share of the local market for life. So if you are building the UAE, you will get a piece of market in money. So it's not just getting people by getting people. It's helping them, creating a community, and for you also creating a financial income monthly. So you will be having the normal bonus that doTERRA has, the 5 bonus, plus having the one that is the income of being the co-founder or the founders in the UAE. So this is here in Dubai, that approach for the business approach, I think it's very important for us to tell. It's not written there because it's not part of the Alice script, but for us, it's a very powerful tool. So we have to use it that also for get people interested in doing the business. Of course, we will also ask for them when are they gonna be around, so we can give them a sample so they can try some of the essential oils. And for the business approach, the oil that I will be giving, or that I think that I will be sharing, it will be lavender. So, okay, you can talk about them, the ailment that they can improve in their life. But lavender in the US now, it is the medical grade. So the pharmaceutical grade lavender already has it in the US. And there is a research that we can go in Source to You and have the information from the lavender. So when you share the lavender, you will also share the link of Source to You, meaning that they can see the information for the business. That is not just essential oils. It's the highest standards in the essential oils. So for business approach, I will always recommend for you to go to with lavender. And when you haven't talked with people in so long time, normally these people can be on your phone, on social media, on Facebook. What you want to do first is to connect with them. Connect, get to know what had happened in the past years. I don't know how many years, 5, 10, 15 years in their life. How's the family? If they're having a good job, if they're traveling, if they have in these times, if they have had COVID, any concerns. So basically, on the first call, you will be learning what had happened in their life. So on the second time you contact them, what you will be is creating a conversation through the ailment that they had told you before. So for the people that we don't talk too much, it's important first to create synergy, or to create in marketing, it is called rapport.
Reconnected.
Reconnected, exactly. You need to reconnect with people. And after reconnecting, you can go and talk about doTERRA. But on the first call, just reconnect. Don't sell anything. Don't tell anything about doTERRA. Just listen what they're telling you about their life. Then we will create a plan for them, or for you to contact them. So the first approach, create a conversation, reconnect.
Can I ask something?
Yes, please.
Now, in case you cannot call, yeah, how can I say? You cannot call them. Maybe you can text them as a WhatsApp, how are you, or something.
Yes.
And if you are free, we can have a chat.
Exactly.
Because most people, maybe 1 year or 2 years, you are not connect with them. Then suddenly you are calling, it will be like a surprise, or maybe they delete your number or something. I think WhatsApp, it will be
amazing. WhatsApp and social media.
Yeah.
So if you have them in Instagram, or you have them in Facebook, but you haven't chat with them, you've seen the pictures of the traveling, the trip, the family, whatever. Suddenly you might see that there's a picture with a cat, and you say, oh my goodness, your cat, it's amazing. Or you saw that the kid was winning some championship of the football team.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. You create, oh my goodness, it's lovely, blah, blah, blah. Or you get someone from your phone in WhatsApp. Mona, how are you? It's been a quite long time. I was checking my phone and your number jumped into it. How are you? How you doing? Yes, so create this reconnection. And after that, you will get into the next step, because you will see if they can be a prospect for building, a prospect for an ailment that they have already shared, or maybe you just want to share with them a cup of coffee, and in that cup of coffee, you can share the oil. So reconnecting people, sometimes it's much, much better than just keeping contact with the ones that you already have. It can be a challenge.
Yes.
But still, these persons, because we don't know anything about them for the last few years, this challenge will lead us to have a better plan than the persons that we already know. Or in my experience, that has happened. So, and it's very nice for me to reconnect with people that I haven't talked in 5 to 10 years. From high school, I think was the last time. I have them in Facebook. But now it's like, oh, you're living in Japan, that's amazing, your kids and how you, so now you just not talk about only doTERRA. So they talk about the projects that they're having in life. So it's very rich to have these conversations again.
I think doTERRA, it's the main thing on here, it's reconnecting people together. This is the main thing in doTERRA, that we let people contact to each other, and back they reconnect to each other.
Exactly. So by the time that you talked again with them, at least you get to know from someone from your past. If it's a someone that it was not very nice with you for any reason, an ex-boyfriend or an ex-friend, you get to choose, especially for friends that if they were out in your life for a reason, you get to choose if you want to contact them or not. I will suggest for you to give the opportunity to contact with people that they might have a second opportunity in your life. If on the first call nothing goes fine, just keep it up and skip it to the next one. So it will be a good exercise. Okay, so we're talking about the family, what's going on, and sometimes people will say, oh, were you contact me for something special? By that time you will say, oh yes, but not to worry, I will call you again and we will keep in touch. So you leave the door open to keep the friendship or the communication going. So that's like the door or the step to keep on going with the conversation. If they ask about it, or if you see that they're suffering for money or a health issue, okay, probably in the first call you can talk about doTERRA and whatever, but normally we'll be on the second call. And you will always say that it was very nice, it was great to talk again with them, and that you will call tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, or if you get to have the opportunity to sit for a cafe, that will be good. In the cafe, if you take your oils, don't put them on the table at the first moment. Leave them till the half of the cafe to the end, in case that you have them. If no, you will create a third talk. So it's like having a class from A to B. So you will have different moments for them to share. So don't stress with the people that you're recontacting to give the sample and do no. First, as Rula said, create the reconnection and then go to the next step. Okay, so now we're gonna set the expectations when we're gonna be sampling. When we go to deliver someone a sample, the idea is to get that person face to face. But if they're working or we cannot make it with them and we're leaving it in their home or by post, we will write something like this. So essential oils are similar to medication in this way. When you have an ailment and you go to the doctor and receive a prescription, and if you use the oils or the product and it doesn't work, you usually don't say, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna do this medication again, it's useless. So what you're gonna do is you will go back to the doctor and will say, doctor, this medicine is not working for me, it's not properly, I feel dizzy, or I don't feel anything, what can we do? So the doctor will give a different medication for you to help. So it will be the same with essential oils. You will ask the person, okay, lavender, is it working for you to create a better sleep? Oh yes, I love it. Or probably they will say, no, lavender is not doing anything for me. So we will create an alternative program for them. Let's say we will go with Serenity, or we will go with Copaiba. So it's not giving up on the oils. It's trying something different for them to get the ailment treated, let's say. The word it's not treated properly, but to get the ailment on track, let's say. Okay, so essential oils are similar in the fact that each oil is not going to have the same effect in each person. So if you use an oil and you don't get the results, we will look for something else, and it's okay to try. That's why nature has lots of products there. And for stress, we can have a very big amount of oils to use. We just need to know which one suits for our body the best. And of course, we will try to look something that is going to be cheap for them. So when we are sampling, we will try to go with the oils that are more effective and less cost for them and for you. Normally, I prefer to go with Copaiba for many ailments than frankincense. Why? Because when people see the cost of frankincense, it's like, oh my God, that's super expensive. But if you see the price of Copaiba, that it's almost half of the price of the frankincense, and it's equally effective. So they will say, okay, I want Copaiba and lavender, instead of saying, I just want one. And this is where we explain about having the kit. It's much better that it will come with 10 oils and all the information that we already have. So basically, setting expectations is, if the oil is not working properly for you, we will look for another alternative. There are so many information, there are so many oils that we can share that it's not just one to say, oh, it's not working, ciao. No. So basically, it's important for the people to understand. If we see them in person, we explain this. If no, we will send a paper like, oh, thank you for joining the program of sampling, or thank you for trying a natural solution with essential oils, and we will write this information. Then we have to tell them how to use a product. Okay, so we have lavender for sleep. How they are going to use. Okay, so you're gonna put a tiny little drop that is equally to 1/4 of a drop, place it in your hand, rub it, smell, rub it on your chest, on the back of the neck, on your sole of the feet. You can add a little bit to the water from the bathtub. What else you can do with Serenity or lavender?
Misted, you can put a drop in cotton and put it beside your pillow, or you put it one drop in your pillow. You can take it under your tongue.
Exactly. So you will explain, or we will explain how to use the oil. Okay, so the expectation will be, again, if it works, let me know. I will call you in 2 days. If it doesn't work, let me know. I will call you in 2 days. So the idea is for you to feel relaxed, to have a better sleep, to start setting the mood to go to bed, especially for kids that sometimes they are very hyperactive before going to bed. It's like setting the mood for them to go to sleep. And let's see, how do you feel after using the oil? And the next day. So what I like to do, I will share with you, is that I have like a scale from 0 to 10. Rate yourself before the oil and after the oil. So you get to know if it worked for you or not. That's important for you to measure, or for them. So by the time that you give them a call, it's like, oh yes, it helped. Oh no, it did not help. Wait, before going to the invite of the class. This is important for you to tell them, please give me a time of the day that I can call you. So if it's Monday, 2 days. On Wednesday, at what time I call you? So you schedule the call for them to reply you back. Sometimes we will go for messages. The real thing is that on message, we cannot know if they have used it or not. When we hear the voice, probably people will come and say, to tell you the truth, I haven't tried it. So what we're gonna do, okay, we will say, not to worry. If you have 5 minutes, go and take the oil, put it on the palm of your hand, and do things with the person. So there's no way of saying that, no, I did not use it. So work with them on the process. Help them to use the product. Because sometimes it's like, oh, I forgot that I had the sample, it's in my bag. And things happen. So when you're on a phone call, it's easier for us to know that they're doing it. Probably they will say, oh yes, I'm using it, and they're just sitting and typing, and that's it, and they're not using it because still inside the purse. So on a phone call, 5 minutes, it will not take longer. Just keep on following. So if they have tried the oil, this is what happens. You will say, what did you feel, or how did you feel with the use of lavender or serenity or the oil you share with them? They will say, oh yes, I love it. I did felt very relaxed. I was very stressed with the computer, blah, blah, blah. So you will say, okay, so if you think lavender is awesome, that's just the tip of the iceberg. This is a phrase that Alice is always saying. If you hear all her classes or videos or the daily mentor calls, she's always using this phrase, and every time that she says it, it's very powerful. Because if you think that Copaiba is awesome, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That means that if you're thinking that one oil has this powerful feeling with you, imagine what you can make with 10 oils or 5 oils or 25 or how many oils. So make it yours, this phrase, on your own words, feel the power of it, so people can also feel that what they have tried is very powerful. This is something that I forgot about it, and now that I've been redoing it, it's like, oh my God, yes, completely true. It's very powerful to say this phrase. Okay, so you will set them that it's incredible how many things we can solve with essential oils. If you want to share again one of your experience, and then we will invite them to a class. So that's why we need to have scheduled classes. So you can say, oh, I will have a class on Monday, or I will have a class on Friday. Which one would you like to be joining? Live or Zoom, for example. Okay, perfect. So you schedule the meeting. Sometimes people are a bit more reserved now with COVID, so you can just have a one-to-one with them. One-to-one will take you longer time to get more into people, but still they work very good because it is something very personal. So you schedule with them a class for you to sit down and talk about the 10 basic oils. And important, always when you set a day before, you will call them to confirm the meeting. Yes, you can send a message, but if you just call, it's like, oh, I just want to confirm that we're meeting for a cafe or that, or whatever, send a message. Sorry, make a call, don't send a message. In case that you send a message, send a voice message. Voice messages are very powerful because they can hear your voice. So in case that person, or for any reasons you couldn't contact with the person in phone, send a voice message. It will set the tone for them to be excited because you're excited to have them. So voice messages are really, really a good ones. The homework for today, I will send some videos and some audios. I don't know if you have heard the other audios of this week, the ones in Spanish or in English. If you haven't, I will suggest for you to hear not only from me, it's the same information, but not to hear only from me. You can hear it in Spanish by Cynthia Simrahi, I think it's her name, or from Alice Ediville, because they have this power of being doing this so many years. They every time that I hear them, it's like, yeah, you're that's the truth. So the voice, the voice tone that they have set on the calls are very important for you to understand what doTERRA has created this project, this program. Keep adding people to your list. So if you are on a list with 21 people, try by the end of the week to add 10 more. If you are going crazy and you don't know where to take people to get into the list, go into your phone, see, okay, I have 300 persons on my phone. So write all the contacts on your phone. Yes, then we will put the rank and numbers they will be showing. You will contact some, you will not contact some, but still you have lots of contacts around Facebook, around Instagram, on your phone. If you belong to school chats, write the names of the mothers from the school chat. If you belong to a company, let's say that you're working with whatever company, write the people that it's sitting near to you, the people that it's sitting on the second floor. You will have more than 100 contacts. It doesn't mean that all the people is going to be contact for a reason, but still you have the contacts. Because if that person will say no, probably you could ask for references. And those references are going to be very powerful also. So keep on writing. 2 people every day, that means 10 a week. And if you can keep contacting at least 2 people a day, and contacting is not only selling or it's not only sharing doTERRA, it's creating this connection. So by the time that the person is ready to hear about doTERRA, you can talk about doTERRA with them. So always be contacting people. Jaime Loquier, it's a Mexican multi-level marketing guy that he proposed for himself every day talk about his business at least 2 times a day. One time he ran out of people. I think he was on a vacation and he didn't know to whom else talk to about his business. So what he did, he went to the airport, he took a cab to the airport, talk about his business to the taxi cab, and then went back to the hotel. So at least he talked about his business with 2 people that day. And from that talk, one of the guys were interested to jump into the business with him. So always talk in a natural way with people about not only doing the doTERRA for products, but also for business, because you don't know who's going to be there interested to invest, to create synergy, to create a multi-level marketing business with you. You just need to tell about it, and in a natural way, not in a very forced way. And at the end, we will be inviting people into the class. So we get to have a bigger community, and you also will get to have a working community, or it's not a working community, it's a active community.
Teamwork,
Exactly, teamwork, active community. So basically, this week it's, I will tell you, it's, this is 1, So today I'm gonna give you 3 audios, tomorrow 2 audios, Wednesday 1 audio and 1 video, and Thursday 1 video, and Friday 3 calls. Basically, the calls are exactly what I just have shared with you here with someone else's voice. If you have any doubt or if you want to add something, also write in the group. The group I created in Telegram, I think it's easier for you to follow with information and not to delete everything from your phone because it's gonna stay on the cloud. So Telegram, I think it's so far a good option. But if you wanna share also in the WhatsApp community, whatever you have been doing, it's really good. Alice always, is it sharing or is not sharing? I have a computer. Yeah. Alice is always saying that to make you work or to make you commit to your own work, write the activities. And she has created some WhatsApp groups where you write and you write your activity. So, okay, today I'm gonna give a class, contact people, write more lists, blah, 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 blah. So at the end of the day, you see how many activities that you start with the idea of doing it. At the end of the day, how many activities you did. No one is gonna judge you. So if you wanna add it into the chat, that will be good for us also to have ideas of what we can do and how we can contact people or how we can sample people. So at the end of the day, the things that you are doing, we can also do it and improve our time of doing it. So if you have any information, if you want to share positive or negative things, I think it's positive, but still life is black and white and in color. So if you have anything that you want to share in the group, please share it into the group. I will stop the recording, but if you have any questions, we will start with the frequently asked questions, and hope to see you next week for the ones that are in the recording. And bye.